I'm just saying, how could the New York Times make a top 100 movies list and not include the Michael Bay opus Pain and Gain? It's so good. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. No, Pain and Gain is very good.
They had no comedies on there. They threw Superbad a bone. Give me some Pain and Gain, you know? Past Lives is not one of the 100 best movies of the last 25 years. I'm sorry.
Right. I didn't look through.
If Pain and Gain had started a Korean woman instead of the oiled, jacked up, hot boys Mark Wahlberg and The Rock and Anthony Mackie, it would have gotten top 10. But unfortunately, it was not.
Yeah. What would it be called if it was Korean?
What?
If Pain and Gain was Korean, it would be
Pain and Kimchi?
Yep. Zip Zap Zop.
I literally love Pain and Gain.
That's the name of the Korean woman.
I loved Pain and Gain when I saw it in 2013, and it got trashed when it came out, but it's so good. It's The Rock's best performance after.
I'm a Michael Bay truther.
It's decent.
I'm a big Michael Bay enjoyer.
And I was hoping I'd be vindicated with time, but it appears to not have had any like cult or critical resurgence at all.
It doesn't. I guess there is a contingent online that we are few but mighty that have banded together to speak the truth of Pain and Gain. That it's awesome.
You. I thought I had talked about this with you, Dalton, before. Yeah, Pain and Gain. Come on.
I really enjoyed it. I've watched it a couple times, and it's a really good movie. Like it's really funny, and it kind of I don't know what you would even call it. Like what kind of it is funny. So it's a comedy, but it's like it almost has a lot of like elements of noir in it.
It's kind of Coen Brothers-y.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's almost like a neo noir.
It's a meathead masterpiece. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Robbie, are you talking through your monitor right now?
Oh, maybe.
I think your shit's coming through just the computer.
Something the mic is not good, but the background noise is fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, I accidentally knocked. Hello?
That's way better, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, so it's a meathead masterpiece starring Daniel Lugo, who believes in fitness. And he's just chasing the American dream, and it shows how twisted things can go.
I think that's the exact same.
Yeah, now it says the same as
it's the last time The Rock ever played like a morally ambiguous character.
Yeah, your audio still sounds like far away.
It sounds like you're on the beach.
How's this?
I think it's a little bit better.
Hello?
I don't think anything changed.
I don't know. Dude, this the Hot Topic microphone is not good.
Which I spent $90 on this.
I mean, it'll work. Like we can make it work, but I think like the fact that and it does look cool.
You know what? I had automatically adjust mic volume on my settings.
Okay. Yeah, I do like that you have a cosmic bowling microphone. That looks cool.
Hello, it's me, Cosmic Bowling.
Hello, it's me, Cosby Bowling. Everybody,
welcome to Cosby Bowling, where every throw is a strike.
Oh, dude, that's a great idea. Cosby Bowling.
We're gonna put the lens up, Theo. You're not going to want to have a spare minute at Cosby Bowling.
Mm-hmm.
So can you look in your like settings and see if there's something that can like reduce the background noise or something, or try and actually like talk through your mic? Because like it's pretty bad.
I see. All right, I see reduced mic background noise.
I think is what kind of
is this working?
Well, where is it grabbing the sound? Is it a cardioid?
I actually have no idea. Maybe I have to hold it like this.
Because if like the receiver for the microphone, like where it's getting the sound, is like from like mine is a cardioid, so I have to talk into it. Like I wouldn't talk into it like a stand-up microphone. I have to talk into the side of it.
Hello?
So that might be the issue with yours is you got to talk into the actual like shaft.
How's this?
That's so much better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. Yeah, so you have Yeah, so it's a cardioid microphone where if you try to talk into the top of it like you would like any other microphone, it's not going to grab the sound.
Okay. Oh, it's like being a real broadcaster.
Yeah. It's an old time. It's like the same microphone when they do those rap videos that's hanging down from the thing.
Good night and good win.
Good. Whoa. Good night and good win.
Yeah.
Can you try one more thing for me?
Yeah.
If you go to settings and go to audio, hit reduce mic background noise. Let me just see what that does.
Okay, I clicked it. Hello.
Nothing changed.
Y'all don't have to fucking split hairs with me in the chat. I don't know what cardioid means. Yes, that is true. But I was able to deduce that he has to talk into the side of it and not the top.
All right, how we doing now?
That's better.
Robbie's always trying to give top.
I listened to it in GarageBand. It sounded okay, but
well, that was a garage.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Does this sound any better?
That's much better.
Okay,
I think
good.
I think it's a little better. You might be a little hot, but
okay. Thank you. I've been.
Oh, there it goes.
Shut off now.
Oh, you accidentally pressed the shut everything off button.
Robbie, you pressed the fuck my shit up button.
What the fuck mic is this?
Dude,
I think this may be a classic case of user error.
Turned it off. We were so close to being able to start the show.
This is yeah. I think user error might be our issue.
Didn't Robbie go to like radio and TV school? Like, don't you have like a fucking broadcasting degree or some shit? You're mute, Robbie. You're muted. Now you're just muted.
Damn.
Robbie, you're.
This is such a letdown from the amazing animation.
I clicked on everything.
Okay.
You clicked everything?
I think we got
Hello?
it. Yeah, there's still some background noise, but let's just roll.
Dude. Dude, it's like, what does a fucking degree at Emerson cost? Like $300,000, and this motherfucker can't even figure out a $90 microphone.
It's not the background noise. I think it's gotten better since you're talking through the mic and not the monitor. And the background noise, you can't hear it when anybody's talking. It's just when nobody's talking.
I'm willing to do troubleshooting for the whole hour. That's fine with me. It's our classic bit, but I think the main issue was just that you were talking into the top of it when it's a side profile like microphone.
Robbie is now muted again.
Now you're just muted again.
Hello.
But hold on. I got big news though. Folks, welcome to the Crowder Boys. Only on the Billionaire Podcast Network. There we go.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I also figured out some technical things, and so yep, I know the soundboard is in full effect. I still need
my soundboard. You still can't hear.
You know what it might be, because what fixed mine was if you go into the settings on StreamYard and turn off the one that says reduce mic background noise. That's what fixed mine.
I already have it off.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because it would be nice for us two to have soundboards, and then Robbie doesn't have one.
Yeah,
well, I have this. This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, you got the
I got a colorful microphone.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah, you got the Spencer's Gifts microphone. You got the lava lamp.
First of all, you're mad that I have Heelies. I got a Heelies mic. You guys are
you have the the Skechers light up shoes microphone.
You guys want to copy me, but you can't copy me, and you're taking it out on me.
Of all the things that they brought back for adults so adults can stay children, are there like adult sized shoes that light up?
No, that's weirdly one of the only like things from when we were kids that hasn't come back. Shocks are back. Nike Shocks are back though.
I don't think they're available in like a like I don't think you can go to the store and buy them. I don't think they're being like advertised by like big shoe companies, but you can definitely get some online. That's like big in like the rave community and shit. You'll see
yeah.
dumb bitches with light up sneakers.
Oh yeah, you can get light up USB rechargeable high top LED sneakers on Amazon for
awesome, dude.
for $40.
That's actually pretty cool. That you
and it kind of looks like a.
Hold on, babe. We can't leave yet. I gotta plug in my shoes.
And how did we like the first innovation that we had of like the rolling shoe was Heelies, and we just gave up there? Like, shouldn't that shit be like great by now? Like you're just rolling around easy.
Yeah, they should have some like a shoe.
Go ahead.
There should be a shoe that where like where there's like an all-terrain sort of
you guys aren't gonna believe this.
What?
Heelies, the official Heelies account, has come out with Heelies that light up.
That's cool, dude. We should get those.
There's a Reebok Heelies and a South Park Heelies.
Have they fixed the rock problem yet? They had two real problems. If a rock gets stuck in the wheel, you're fucked. And they all look gay as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They should have an all-terrain Heelys where you click the heels or something, and then like ATV tires pop out.
Yeah, some treads on the tires.
Yeah.
Man, I am looking at the adult section of the Heelys website, and these are some Bam Margera ass shoes. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, some audio ass fucking some Osiris looking ass.
Yeah,
I can't wear shoes like that.
It's funny they have not really updated since like I was in middle school. Like their like vibe.
I like my feet are so like bad. They're so like the only shoe I can wear where it's like not injuring me is like wide ass New Balances.
Oh, but those are good shoes though.
They are good, yeah.
I love
and they're fashionable.
Those and the ones I'm wearing now, which I showed you, Robbie, which are these like hard sole North Face slip-ons that they look like oven mitts, but they're very comfortable, and I can wear them just anywhere. Like they're technically they're slippers, I guess, but they have a hard sole, so I could just like I hardly even wear tennis shoes anymore. I'm just wearing North Face. It looks like I got little North Face jackets on my feet.
When Dalton wears the sneakers, they're called Ew Balance.
That's like a middle school joke. That's like,
damn, I would have had to pay premium pricing for seats at the comedy club for you to do that. For you to roast me.
Yeah,
like
VIP tickets.
VIP roast tickets.
I was thinking it would be funny, and I would respect David Lucas a lot more if he let people buy those tickets and he just never acknowledges them, and then at the end of the show he's like, all right everybody, that's my time, fuck y'all, have a good night. And he just points at the people in the seats and just says fuck y'all, and that's all.
That is a good scam to present the front row.
Sanatron, you took the words out of my mouth. I was saying Jelly Roll needs a Heelys sponsorship so he can be Jelly Roll.
Jelly Rollers.
Yeah.
He's gonna need some fucking airplane tires to support his fat ass.
Yeah, they gotta have a guy in an orange vest guiding him.
Whoever also said that Jordans should have Heelys, that really tickled me too. Just the imagery of like
wheel Jordans,
a big ass Jordan 11 with fucking Heelys on it. And Michael Jordan comes out of retirement to wear that.
Hold on, this is a very good one from Heihachi. If Dalton wore Heelys, he would be Meals on Wheels.
Okay, well, that's very good.
Damn.
That is sniping. You're
when you wear them, they are called mealies. Is that true, Dalton?
That is, yeah. What an assassin.
The chat's on fire today. They're all jazzed up from that animation. Chat, what did you think about that from Kent?
Yeah, oh yeah. I guess we never had an opening act before. The chat is very
because I just got back from running some errands, and so I haven't gotten to watch it yet. But from what I've seen, it is. I mean, I trust Kent Woods.
Yeah, we should throw on at the end of the episode. We should throw on like the first 5 minutes, just so you guys can see like some of the posters on the wall of the abode that we're all hanging out in, having a conversation. Which for us, I feel like an animation is a big step up because they can animate us in the room together.
Mm-hmm.
So people think it's like a real podcast, you know?
Yep.
Dalton, I don't want to. By the way, Dalton, I don't want to insinuate you're hefty or anything, but I have heard, and this is through the grapevine, that you get winded just from running errands.
I mean, yeah, you know, my
What's that? His boyfriend's name?
I mean, yeah, it's if I'm
They're
standing
more
up
like
to
sitting
them,
errands when you do them, is what I'm trying to say
that,
here.
nah, that I do prefer to do them sitting down. Like I try to do as much sitting as I can because once I stand up, if I'm standing up too long, my back starts hurting and I do get short of breath. So I gotta take a breather from all that standing.
Did you see that guy on Twitter that was he was giving us a nice little roast mastering, and you posted the Patreon. You were like, look at the Patreon, and he's like, why are all you guys so fat? And I wanted to comment and be like, hey man, 2 out of 3 isn't bad, but I'm not fat at all. Other guys, you kind of nailed it, but
Right.
No, I'm not that fat anymore. I tried to put on my middle school fat kid jersey and I didn't get it on, but I lost like 5 pounds.
Well, I think like one of the things that's been holding me back is just no longer in my life anymore, and it was gainful employment. So now I have plenty of time to exercise and fix my health.
hell yeah.
So the first thing I did was I went to Arby's and I had a half-pound beef and cheddar sandwich with curly fries and a Barks root beer.
Dude, do you want the key? I already gave you the keys in the blueprint to your success now.
Whoa, Robbie! Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Robbie
That was my
Sugar
dad.
Daddy just came in.
Yeah, what the hell?
No, that was just my
Did he
regular.
give you that mic?
A swarthy bathhouse attendant just showed up to close the door.
He was in the pool. That's my dad. That's literally my dad. Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So I guess in
That's
a
how
way
they be doing it in California.
In a way,
yeah.
he
It's
is
75 degrees here.
Ooh la
I don't think
la.
he knew I was podcasting. Maybe he was.
Get him to come back let's interview George Goodwin.
George.
Goodwin. George of the Goodwin.
Yeah, I'll tell whoever was roasting me that he thinks I'm quite handsome. So
Wait a second. Wait, is this not a real podcast? That's been sticking with me since you said that crap. What are we doing then?
It's a stream.
It's a lot.
I mean, you know.
Oh my God, Daryl, that's a deep cut.
It's not an in-person podcast, but it's still a podcast. I was just
it's better than most. It's better than most. It's better than like almost.
It's better than most, despite the fact that the technology is not good and we're not in the room together. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this is better than like almost every show.
Yeah, I actually
you got like
You take that to the fucking bank.
You got like the Regs, Legion of Skanks, Story Wars, and then it's us. I think
we're in that mix.
In no particular order either. That's just just a list of shows.
Yeah,
that are all the better than
all
the other
Lewis's
ones.
shows.
Yeah.
Just Lewis is better than us.
Yeah, and that's that's fine. He's older. By the time that we're 43, we'll be as good as Lewis is now. And by the time Lewis is like 70, he'll be. I don't even want to imagine what he'll be doing. He'll be taking over the fucking world.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, I would like to source.
This is actually one of my old fat kid clothes I'm wearing right now. It's Homestar Runner. So.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll be doing stand up, and we'll be like, why is there all this pumpkin spice body brain? There's not even coffee anymore. It's just called body brain.
That's what.
And he'll shed a tear and be like, "Looks like the student has become the teacher, and my pupils have graduated," or something like that.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Lewis was in my dream, and he told me I wasn't getting into Skankfest. We were on a cruise.
That actually happened.
Yeah,
the problem with that dream is
by dream. You mean a memory?
Yeah. Also, I saved my dead friend from jumping off a boat. And
Wait,
I got
you were on
back
a cruise?
I was on a cruise. Before that, I was in a helicopter.
How much time were you doing?
Shipwrecked.
Hold on.
No, we were just having fun.
Yo, Yo, check it. Pull up this comment by Skullfuck in the chat. Dalton looks like if the Tiger King and the Liver King only ate liver that looked like Martin Luther King after he got beat up by Catu King.
And Lev Fair was there.
Woo! I think what bothers me about, because that clip randomly came on my timeline again, and what's annoying is he doesn't deliver it like a joke. He delivers it like he's Trump at a rally or something.
You know what would have made it good? Is he was like, if he was like, Bert Kreischer's the king, he looks like if Martin Luther King and the Liver King met the Tiger King and got beat up by Rodney King. And also, Peter's there.
That would have actually been really funny. And then they cut to Peter.
Too.
If they cut to Peter after that, that would have been a great joke.
He's in the audience clapping.
It would have been less gimmicky than coming out of the crowd and on stage. At least that's gimmicky for a punchline.
By the way, it got an applause break like it did. Like everyone in the room reacted the way they did because that's like a stand-up trick. Is like just to say a bunch of things in quick succession.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like if you think about it for a second, it's not particularly funny, but because he said it fast.
No, they clap because he memorized it. Actually, in LA, right as I was leaving, that was a big thing a lot of open micers were doing, specifically in LA, that like was so annoying. They would do that like at every mic. They would do like just a long memorize thing they memorized and get an applause break.
Yeah, that's like fucking Carlin was doing that like in his later career where he would just like say a bunch of things that sometimes he was just doing limericks, like it was just like rhymes.
Yeah.
And he would just say a bunch of shit really fast and then the audience would applaud. And then like, you know, I'm like 13, 14 watching Comedy Central wondering like, why does everybody say he's the best at this? This fucking blows.
You know what? I do a John Oliver impression in my stand-up, and the whole thing is like, and basically, you know, I talk as John Oliver very fast. And if it ends and it doesn't get a laugh, it gets an applause, I feel like I failed. I feel like that's not because I feel like I just said a bunch of things.
Dude, you can't put in your special now. Why are you telling people your material?
You know what's funny is there's actually no written material. I asked the audience for a suggestion, and then I just comment on it as John Oliver. So,
oh, nice.
You know, it's a fun little thing.
It's me, John Oliver.
Oi.
Hashtag Trump is bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Hashtag Orange Man bad.
That's gotta be somebody that you're just rooting for to have like a big like come up, because like it like that's got to be funny as an impressionist. Like you gotta hope that like people you do good impressions of are like out in the news.
Yeah, that's what sucks about doing impressions now is because like nobody knows one guy except for like Trump anymore. Everything's like I have to like ask the audience if they know who I'm talking about.
It really
do them, which is so annoying because there's no major big celebrities besides like the ones from the 80s that everyone's already got to, like Pacino or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, every time I
but
go
it's like, but John Oliver, I have to ask, like, do you guys know who John Oliver is? And it's like 70-30 a lot of the time.
Cappuccino, Frappuccino, Al Pacino, www.whatthefuck.com.
You know what? That's the more I think about that bit, the better it gets.
Cappuccino, Frappuccino, Al Pacino, Chinks.
Guys, whatthefuck.com is for sale as a domain. We could buy it.
Wait, it doesn't take you to Mark Maron's podcast? Why did he why did he never do that?
Oh, I forgot. Dalton, I was gonna give you the key. You gotta do, because I assume you're gonna be streaming more now. I already told you in the group chat, you're a review king. You gotta start hitting the reviews and getting those reviews on TikTok. You'll go super viral. But also one of your streams should be, here's what you do. And this is not to like embarrass or humiliate. This will get like people behind you. This will get people behind you. And you don't have to like run or anything. You can just walk. But you get a treadmill, and once a week you do a treadmill stream.
Oh yeah, I saw Dane Cook doing this on TikTok.
I didn't know that, but that doesn't surprise me.
He did that about Shane. That was the most bizarre. Did you see his Shane Gillis video?
Yeah, where he had one of those like just treadmills just for walking.
And he was like, I heard Shane Gillis got fired. A lot of people ask me about what I think.
Find that. That sounds
interesting. then he didn't. He did like no commentary. I think I ratioed him because I quote tweeted. I was like, "Thanks, Dane." Thanks.
His fucking
See if I can
Easter
find
Island
it.
head.
Did I ever tell you?
Oh yeah, this was a year ago. Yeah, I said great post, Dane. Thanks for sharing.
Did I ever tell you? When Twitter first started, when they launched the Twitter Spaces function, and I was like using it a lot because I was kind of going crazy. He was hosting one, and I jumped in, and he actually let me I requested he let me come in and talk to him. And I really didn't have anything to talk to him about. I just was like, let's see if he lets me say something. And so at the time,
you should ask him what it was like to be in the fucking All-Star video.
Well, get this. So at the time,
that might be the thing I would most want to ask him about.
I wish I had thought of that. Well, actually, it was still pretty funny because at the time I was watching that. There was a show on Stars that was based on a Neil Gaiman book called American Gods.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just asked him what's Ian McShane like?
Why would you ask me that? No, why would those words come out of your receptacle of mouth?
No, he was just telling me, he's like, oh, Ian is such a great actor. He's a consummate professional. He's one of the best actors. And then he said one of the funniest things, just self-aggrandizing, like a Dane Cookism, where he goes, I consider myself something of a thespian. And
oh my god.
And I was like, cool, man. Well, it's a fun show.
That is actually a great question, because I do feel like actors be loving to get that question. Like, what was it like to work with blank? And they always are like, he's awesome.
I was like, yo, I love Ian McShane. Is he cool?
Ian McShane Gillis.
Yeah.
Damn,
by the way,
dude, when I fuck my bitch, I got a lot of dead wood. I'm Ian McShane Gillis, dude.
Damn, dude. His Instagram is fucking bizarre.
Oh, Dane's?
Check this out. Nice shirt, too. The first comment is crazy.
He's repping the fucking.
Oh yeah, he seems like a really fucked up guy lately.
What the fuck happened to your face?
He's a guy who I kind of want to root for, just because I did find him very funny at one point, and it did seem like everyone hated him.
You know what, man? There was a time when
but he doesn't do himself any favors. He's looks fucked up. He's not funny. He's just bizarre.
When I found out that his brother stole everything from him and his life spiraled, just completely.
Yeah.
He faded into irrelevancy and spiraled.
Right. Yeah.
Bottom. That was when I really started rooting for Dane Cook. But prior to that, I prayed for his downfall.
Yeah. Louis C.K. actually did a better. The Louis episode is really good, and he had these weird, bizarre game nights where he invited teenagers over or something.
He met his wife, dude.
He's just a really weird guy.
He met his wife playing Settlers of Catan at teenage game night at the Cook Mansion.
Oh yeah, I met my husband at Settlers of Chris Catan.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's fun. Mango is there. Do not touch the mango.
So wait, let's play this clip. Let's see what he has to say.
I love clips.
So quietly, it's freakish.
All right. Oh.
How's that?
Dane came up the stairs.
I run
so
like
quietly.
a fucking cheetah.
I mean, that is kind of impressive because I clip clop and clomp when I be walking up and down the stairs.
Him and Dalia are the same guy.
The people at Lake Charles Golden Nugget reached out and said, Dane Cook, what can you do to help get these fans excited about the show that's upcoming on May 15th? And I said, guys, I got to be honest with you. I mean, aren't I enough? Isn't just my name on the thing with the, they were like, well, no, because there's a lot of names on a lot of things, Dane Cook. And so at that
all right.
Okay.
I can't
How do you
fucking
not
listen to
get to
that
the
all day.
point? It's like he used to be the master of social media. He's like, here's what I'll do. I'll ramble for a minute before getting to the fucking point and post videos of me going upstairs.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
bizarre.
hold on. I'll say this. The agility that he showed going up them stairs was impressive. And he
It was
was very
impressive.
quiet. Because, dude, if I tried to run upstairs like that, I would just like bang my toe against one of them and probably like fall down.
You know what? He is older too, so that is actually double impressive.
I could do that better on the stairs than Dane Cook.
But I do think that like posting gym videos, even when you're like athletic and in your prime, or even Matt Marin is very by the way, what about Settlers of Catu?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to bring my ship into port, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to dock my ship in the port so I can settle Catu.
Levelers.
Levelers of Catu.
Damn, when they gonna make that game?
Yeah, when are they going to make that game?
Right after Lev Furkatu the vampire comes out.
We need to get these two together. Does Lev have a girlfriend? We should just break that off somehow.
I think he does.
Lev Fur and Catu.
Oh,
in
we
matrimony.
got some big super chats.
Oh
Matt
yeah.
Marin?
Look at this. $20 Canadian from Andrew Gillis.
Well, first we got Scotty
dude.
MTL. With
Yeah,
the 10
Scotty
memberships.
MTL with the motherfucking membership.
That's a nice hookup. That's like $10.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good little hookup right there.
I'm
Thank you,
still
Scotty.
laughing. I'm still laughing at Lev Furs of Catu.
Dude, the levelers of Catu is very
Levelers.
good.
This is the kind of stuff that Andrew Gillis pays his hard-earned
See, this is
Canadian
why-
money for.
This is why it hurts when people say this isn't a real podcast, because there's no one else going to come up with that kind of.
Or
It might be a real podcast one day.
I think it's the last podcast left.
It's the last podcast left. Craig, I don't understand why.
Oh yeah, I forgot this is the last podcast.
I don't understand why you're all of a sudden turning on us.
Right when Dalton loses his job, you're like, well, you know, this is.
I'm kind of,
I'm bullshit that I be doing. You know, it's not real. It doesn't mean anything. It's not. You know, it's just some fucking nonsense.
Look, and the people think our real podcast now is some fucking hobgoblin dressing up and interviewing Maddie Smith, I guess. Have you guys heard of that?
Robbie, don't talk about Jordan Jensen that way.
Okay, Dalton, that's enough.
Come on now.
Thank you, Andrew. No, you know why it's not a real podcast? It's a real ass podcast.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. We're
All
the
is
only real
forgiven.
ass. We are actually the only real ass podcast left out there.
Not only are we the last podcast left, we're the only real ass podcast left out there.
Robbie, Amico, and Pruitt.
Robbie, Amico, and Pruitt. Yes. Well, nice.
I can't remember who said that. I stole that.
That was like from the early days of the show. I remember.
To answer this question, yeah, Dasha did get me fired from actually.
By the way, you see this message from Diet Coke or Dalton? The more I look at Florida women, the more she kind of looks like Dalton, and I think they should fucking make inbred babies. Do you want to comment on that?
That hurts.
Oh, she's trying to foist you onto the other e-girl.
Yeah, that kind of hurts. I don't like being compared.
She's trying to get you obsessed with someone else.
Why is that? Oh no,
she's trying to do that.
I'm not.
We all see what's happening.
I'm not obsessed with her even.
I know you're not anymore.
She already, she kicked me to the curb already, dude. I'm solo in my lane.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, dude. I'm just, you know,
Elaine and Jerry.
Yeah, I'm Elaine and Jerry, dude. I'm just like fucking, you know, I'm a Ronin, dude. I'm the 7XL Samurai.
Ronan O'Brien?
Yes. Ronan O'Brien.
Or Pharaoh.
But to answer this question,
Dasha did get you fired, yeah.
Dasha did get me fired because I accused
what did you
her
say again?
I accused her being funded by Peter Thiel, and so she reached out to her contacts at Palantir, and they contacted Comcast, and I have been promoted to customer by Comcast.
Damn, I didn't even think But yeah, that was that happened around the same time, right?
Yep. Yeah. You gotta pick your battles, folks. I mean, I took a jab at Dasha Necrosova, and she cut me off at the fucking knees, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it real quick. I just got to get
That
around all
was
this
funny.
crypto bullshit.
What I loved about that, Dalton, is that you seem to really get under her skin with that.
It seemed to really bother her,
which
leads me to
funny.
believe that there might be some truth to it.
Of course, that's
because
what's
if I'm Dasha Necrosova.
I wish.
It's me, Dasha Necrosova.
Sounds like an eating disorder.
Well, you're listening to Red Scare, and I'm Dasha Necrosova, and this is my.
Can I see your ass, please?
But if I'm Dasha and I'm making fucking just from that podcast 300,000.
By the way, Dasha the morning to you.
Dasha the morning to you.
Liberdosh.
Liberdosh. But if I'm Dasha and I'm making $300,000 a year just from that podcast, and I saw my post saying what I said, I would either not give a shit. I would just not care because I'm successful and just ignore it. Or if I did feel like I wanted to respond, I would just say nuh-uh. But her response was, "Prove it, moron," which is
didn't even deny it.
She's not denying it. It's like she actually said, "Show me the 1099s."
It's like, how would you prove it? Also, in what way would you prove? What access would you have to those documents? Yeah. It's like, and also she's been seen at Peter Thiel like events and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, Peter Thiel be like.
And Tim Dillon talked about like, I've got like 8 emails from Peter Thiel trying to hang out. I said no.
I mean, honestly, that's
I'm like, how many has Dasha?
That's probably the biggest smoking gun for this kind of.
That's thing. A big smoking gun, is Tim Dillon.
It's a smoking cannon, if you ask me. Tim Dillon. That's for these kinds of like conspiracy theories that Tim Dillon like did expose. Like, yeah, this fucking guy keeps calling me, and so he is like funding media personalities, and so I do think that in some way there might these two fucking dumb dipshit whores are probably getting like Thiel money for their shitty fucking podcast.
Wait, click on the retarded thing, because Dalton had a funny comeback to that.
Oh yeah, she said because by the way, she kept responding to shit.
No, click on it because Dalton's commenting.
This is like, that. Oh yeah, I had a good response to that. She said they won't take my case because you're retarded. I said that was actually going to be my defense.
All right, so what were we talking about?
Craig is so good at trolling on the computer.
Yeah, Craig, you're very good at computer.
Everything is computer.
Everything is computer. Do you see the alligator Auschwitz thing or whatever? What is it? Alligator Alcatraz thing?
Alligator.
They're like, the press guy was like, so wait, if an immigrant escapes, you're gonna leave it to like the wildlife? And he goes, I guess that's the concept. Yeah, if they escape, we'll have to leave it to the wild animals. It's like, if you told me in like 2015 and you wrote that in like a sketch, if Trump becomes president, I'd be like, yeah, that's too broad. That would never happen. He wouldn't
feed MS-13.
He would not treat the immigrants like the most dangerous game. That would not happen.
The whole whatever is going on with that is really bleak. It's I can't even. I think I did finally hit my like breaking point with all that, where I go, this all sucks. It's making me sad and depressed and angry, but I can't do anything about it. So I just have to like.
I muted the word Trump.
Yeah, I just literally have to just like do anything else than pay any attention to this.
But sometimes it will slip when someone just posts a video of Trump with no like caption, just because it's so absurd, and that's how that one got into. That's how that one got into me. Pause.
Yeah, because I was.
Speaking of which, I went to go. shout out to Shane Gillis, my best friend, who hooked me up with tickets to go see a show in San Jose. It was really good, and he gave me really good seats, like floor seats. So shout out to him. That was really, really cool of him. But what was funny was he started doing his Trump impression and people started cheering. But this fucking lady right behind me kept going, "No, he's a bad man." Every time Shane did something as Trump, like she kept going, "No, he's a bad man."
Oh my god!
Like every single time.
Did she think that was actually Trump? Like that it was like actually him? Like she didn't understand.
I do think that the crowd maybe leaned a little conservative, and she wanted to like be the girl who was like, "That's not okay."
Yeah, but it's like the crowd isn't so conservative that they're not willing to hear even jokes about Trump or somebody make a mockery of him. She's like, they're like, "No, you can't even make fun of him either. That's bad too."
It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make. And she was on the floor seats too. So I looked behind her. Her boyfriend.
Who opened for him?
I was really hoping for a Lemaire appearance, but it was McCann opened, who I actually really enjoyed. I'd never seen a stand up before. I just enjoyed that it was just like a fat guy being crazy. He had a tough spot because like once he got up there, like almost no one was in their seats. California, so most of his set was people just filing in, but he was just like, "I get that." It was so just like chaotic, and he got him by the end, and it was really funny. Then Chris O'Connor. He did his thing. And then, Andrew Santino. Who was actually very good. I actually thought he had a very tight set.
Okay.
But then Shane
set of balls.
Yeah. He was just very
balls on that kid.
It's funny because he looks just like Chris, and he went up there and he was like, it felt like, it was good. It was good. And then Shane was really good too. And it was cool because I could tell he maybe thought it was like the Bay Area, so it was going to be more liberal. But they were like all down for what he was saying, and then he like started loosening up at the end.
Except that one lady.
Except for that one lady who was pushing back. But there's a lot of dudes out there where he was like, "And Trump's awesome because," and like, yeah. But it was cool. Everyone there looked like the same guy. They looked like but they were like Mexican and white versions of the same guy. Which was hilarious. Yeah,
when I went in Raleigh, I went with my girl, and Big J gave me the hookup.
Nice.
Apparently, I talked to Shane, and he apparently he didn't even know I was there. He was like, "Shit, you should have come back," and whatever.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, "It was fine, bro." Like Jay got the hookup. It was nice. It was like a nice little date, and then so we went and we sat next to these dudes. And this fucking fat guy next to us, it wasn't even Shane yet. It was still whatever the fucking Australian Forbes McCann, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
It was
he looks like Sam Hyde to me. Like he looks like goofier Sam Hyde or something.
Forbes McCann?
James McCann.
He's a fucking Australian.
Like the magazine, like the financial periodical?
I've never really seen him before. I thought he was just like really just he just went up there and was like a big fat crazy guy, which I always enjoy. But no, yeah, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with him.
No, he seems like a good guy. He seems like he might be good at stand up one day,
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah. I could see that.
But he seems like a good dude. Like
he was a little unpolished. He was a little unpolished, I thought, but he was like, I could tell he has like raw funny in there, which I always appreciate.
He was like loud as shit too.
Is Kiwi.
Yeah, he was screaming into the mic.
I cannot deal with a loud British accent. It's the worst fucking shit ever.
Well, it's Australian, which led and that accent is led to the great moment of David Lucas asking, "What is Australia?"
What is Australia?
It's all fucking British horse shit.
Kind of, yeah. Honestly,
it's their fucking prisoners. It's worse. It's actually worse.
It's their alligator Alcatraz.
No, but that's not the point. He was fine. He was whatever. I wasn't like laughing or anything, but he was all right. He was loud. Okay. I'll say he was loud. But he's saying shit, just saying shit that's on Twitter or whatever. And then the guy next to me, the fat guy, everything he says, fucking whistling.
Oh,
like
he was
grabbing your finger, whistling. Loud as fuck in my ear, and I was like, I'm about to fucking. God. I looked at my girl. I was like, he's got one more fucking time to do that shit. I'm gonna tell him to shut the fuck up. And then I popped an edible, and Shane came out, and I had a good time.
Nice. That's
nothing
good.
happened.
Yeah.
But I had to get high.
Yeah,
I
I think
had
a
no
lot
idea.
of his. It's cool that he's cultivated a an army of like very supportive drunks. You know what I mean? Like everyone there was like pretty fucked up, which was cool. Myself
Yeah,
included.
I
It was
was
fun.
like
miss
actively
drinking.
hating the audience while I was there.
Oh, what were they like over there?
I mean, they were fine, and like sprinkled throughout, there are people that I don't want to say like are real fans, but are more so than are real fans, are real like fans of comedy, and they like
Right,
listen to
yeah.
podcasts. They've been to stand-up shows before. They'd probably rather see Shane in a club.
Yes.
Like people of my ilk. I know they were sprinkled throughout there, but you just saw the people that got a fucking babysitter because they heard the guy that they just found out about a month ago was going to be in town at an arena. Like, yeah, it was.
The guy from TikTok,
Shane
unfortunately, is,
Gillis
like, how
from
a
the
lot of people know.
Netflix.
I had a
From
great
TV?
experience. I don't want to make it seem like I had a bad time. I had a great fucking time, and Shane was great. But I was like just looking around like these fucks.
No, I had a similar experience but it was like but I was like, are these people like ugly and stupid because it's San Jose or because it's Shane's crowd? But I also but I didn't want to I do think it was mostly because it was San Jose because
Did you eat
they
before or after the show?
I have a question, Crack. Did they all wear snapback hats?
There were a lot of frontward hats and beards.
There were so many frontward hats and beards at mine too. Oh my god, that's so.
And you might be saying, Crack, you have a frontward hat and a beard right now, but it's a different thing.
It's a different.
I am a wigger. It's different.
Yes,
and I was taking note of every wigger there. There were not a lot.
Your beard is also well maintained, whereas theirs were like.
There might have been less wiggers than black people, if I'm being honest.
Wow.
Which is never.
Shane does have himself a diverse crowd, although it is mostly dudes, but that's fine. Yeah. There should be comedians that appeal to mostly dudes.
It's also a lot of like fucking Columbia short sleeve button down with little shorty shorts and Sperry's kind of guys, like frat guys.
That's a Southern thing, I think. More. I didn't see any of those.
I wanted that so bad when I was in college. I pledged a fraternity, and dude, I wanted to wear the Sperry so bad. I wanted to be part of that so much, like more than anything.
I dressed like that for like a week after I saw The Wolf of Wall Street, and then I was like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, I got kicked out of that fraternity after like 2 weeks, and then I had to just return boat shoes and a bunch of pastel shorts.
Yeah, the closest I ever got was I would wear Sperry's, but I refused to wear them without socks. I would wear black Nike.
I was so ready to assimilate and conform with like fraternity life. Like I wanted it so fucking bad, but I'm just too weird and fucked up.
Yeah, that's for NPCs.
Too retarded to be in a fraternity. I don't know, man.
Which sounds like, but I do like a good frat guy one-on-one. But when they get in a fucking pack, when they get in a frat pack.
The couple weeks I went to that frat house and was just like partying with them and all that, I was like, these are going to be the best years of my life. But then I got kicked out and just spiraled into like, I guess like a depression I still haven't come out of. I just have been depressed ever since.
That's funny.
Because it was my first time. I'm like, I finally am done with high school and I'm like off to college. I bought the fucking $80 Ralph Lauren polos and the shorts and the Sperry's.
Mm-hmm.
And and then like I can't, but I just am like, I guess it's like too awkward and too dysfunctional.
You're a poet, Dalton. You're not.
I'd be scaring the hoes like that. That was literally like why they didn't want me there. Is they were like you come here and you like get so drunk that all the girls are like scared, and so.
Why do they get scared?
By the way you start acting, so you can't we can't let you be a part of this organization.
How would you be acting?
Like very scary. It was definitely. I mean, they were not wrong. I mean, yeah,
getting kicked out of a frat house for drinking too much is pretty wild.
Yeah, I was getting like blackout drunk and just like probably just being like too forward, like too assertive or. I don't want to say aggressive, but maybe aggressive.
I have seen you get drunk and you do get like a little, not towards women, but just like you get like punk rock mosh pit a little bit.
Yeah, I was just getting too rowdy and like rather than just like going and chatting up birds and flirting with them or whatever, I was just like going up to girls and being like, "Wow, you have awesome titties."
No,
That's
no.
what, but that's what they all do, though. I think the difference was you were doing it right off the bat. Like you're supposed to have enough couth to like go in and like you act like a cool guy, like they all do, and then within 6 months you're like date raping a girl. And
Right.
They're like,
I didn't pay my dues,
man. We're gonna have to clean that up. But you didn't even make it that far.
Yeah, I didn't pay my dues. I just went straight to date rape, and it's like, no, you got to be here a while.
Here's what you should have done. If you could go back in time, you should have told yourself not to get the Ralph Lauren polo. You should have worn a Hawaiian shirt, because every frat needs the big fat party animal.
Well, they already had that guy. They did already have a guy like that.
Damn. Well, did you consider wearing a Ralph Lauren Davis?
Sure, man. Yeah. But yeah, so
I'm out of after the Hawaiian shirt, I got no other ideas but the Ralph Lauren Davis, maybe.
Yeah. So they kicked me out, and then I just spent the rest of college
Ralph Lauren Sutton.
Ralph Lauren Sutton.
Yeah, I bought this shirt at Ralph Sutton.
But
it's just Frankenstein's outfits.
But yeah, I spent the rest of college just
like a big, poorly fitting hoodie and then a Frankenstein outfit,
just not knowing what I was doing. And
hey guys, what are you doing over here?
Yeah, I still don't know what I'm doing, man.
No one does, man.
I went to college and just was like getting a degree because someone told me I should. And the whole
what are you doing? Oh yeah, that's right. You're doing you.
I'm doing me,
dude.
Baby.
You're just like Kanye, dude. Dalton, you're just
living
like
life right now.
I'm in my motherfucking.
That's what you're gonna do till it's over, but it's far from over.
It's far from over.
Okay, bottles on me.
I guess it's nice that I've like lived my life in a way where I backed myself into a corner where the only option is maybe, if not the entertainment industry, but some kind of like media content creation or what.
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't have enough like I don't know what you would call it, like
I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know what, like I don't have any sort of enough time at any job where I've like have a proven track record or a skill set where I'm like a decade out of college. Like I graduated college fucking 10 years ago. I'm still in the place where like when I go looking for jobs, I have to like filter by entry level. Like I'm still looking for fucking entry level positions for jobs because I've never been able to stay anywhere long enough where I would be considered, I guess like whatever the next level is after entry level. So I'm just, my whole fucking life has just constantly just been like starting over. Or just never fucking getting anywhere with anything, and so it's like the only thing I've ever done where I have like any sort of I don't know, like experience or some sort of I don't know what was the word I'm looking for. I don't even know. I don't even know what
success.
Yeah, just any amount of success and like something where I've like proven myself enough where I get, I guess I'm not entry level anymore would be like this kind of thing, like the streaming or whatever. But then that requires me to work for myself. Like I have to show the 1099s. Yeah, these fucking like actually like an actual job, like the way most people live their lives. I'm like, yeah, like fucking I just got told to fucking pound sand by Comcast.
Right.
It's not like people I know who have like a career path they've been on where like they're whatever company they're working for lays them off or fires them, but they can put it together a resume and go get like a similar job somewhere else. Like that kind of at that kind of position. It's just like, no, I have to go look for something entry level where it's like the best I can hope for is like maybe at the most $23 an hour doing some motherfucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
what just creative people do.
I'll just fucking do this because I mean, working fucking sucks anyway, and companies are bad, and I don't I don't like having a boss, and I certainly don't like having a woman boss, and I definitely don't like having a black woman boss.
Wait, can we watch the Kumia version?
He set the world record.
You were what they're feeding on. So what are you gonna do when the world don't orbit around you? Ain't it fun?
I want to have sex with her
Love
so
that.
bad.
She is a cutie.
Have you seen the Kumia version?
Yeah. I've watched that a few times.
It's so good.
Living
Kelly Williams
in
is
the
gorgeous.
real world.
I'm wondering, like, what though did like, and she's still hot, by the way. I've looked into it. I've been monitoring that situation, but what did creatives do in the past? Like, were day jobs just easier?
you're
Less
just broke.
you know
That's
what?
how it
You know
is.
what's
I don't know
funny
why you
about
guys I don't know why you're acting like this is like some weird thing, like where you have it different than anybody else who's doing the shit we're trying to do.
No,
We're gonna be broke until we figure it out. It's just
sure,
how it
I know
is.
that. I get that. Like we're artists, you know. We're.
I'm just wondering,
bohemian,
like, has it been like? Was it always like?
No,
was it always
no.
like?
So back in the
this?
day, and I've actually looked into this, and like a lot of there's been economists that have talked about this. That back in the day, in even in America and in England, there was more of like social welfare programs.
Mm-hmm.
So there was just like you could get like really cheap housing if
Right.
you know your rent was only like $200 or $300 a month. It wasn't good, but you know neither is it. It's not good now, and it's $2,000 a month now. So you like there was more like affordable housing available. Like you could go to a city and survive paying your
The
rent.
starving artists. Yeah, that's
and there was more just like I guess like welfare. There was like a dole, so you had just like more of a cushion where like you could just just if you were willing to live kind of bare bones, which you have to do that now anyway and work a job. But like back then there was just I guess there was just like more opportunity for free money or some kind of like like a I don't know. There was definitely the world definitely had more for creative types. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Well, you used to be able to like live in a city with other creative people. Like it would be a shit apartment, but you used to be actually like live.
Yeah, it used to be that like you could go into a big city and get like a job as a bartender or making coffee or whatever, and that there was like more available where you could survive that way.
San Francisco was built on like starving artists' backs, and now it's like completely unrealistic to live there unless you have like $100,000 a year job.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's like nowadays, I guess like nowadays because like the dollar itself has been devalued. So like with inflation, but then also there's not I don't know. There's also just like there's not as much emphasis or appreciation for the arts. Like the humanities have been gutted. Like the way people talk about it now is like you should be doing something that produces capital for like a company or a business or like whatever. So like this idea of like studying literature or painting or poetry or like whatever, like all these the arts is like they don't want anyone even thinking that way anymore. Like and you see it. You see it happening in the universities now. Like they're starting to like strip away all these humanities programs. So
yeah, it's sad because they don't make money, and I guess I don't know. Europeans, I think it's cultural too. Even though America has produced a lot of great art, they just don't. Yeah, they don't value it that much. They value more so art that makes money. But yeah, look at Europe. Europe, I don't know. That stuff does make me want to move to Europe because I think it's cheap as hell, and you can just be like a fucking poet and just hang out all day.
Robbie, if you move to Europe, I'm sorry, man, I'm not talking to you anymore. That's fucking
I'm
insane.
not going to, but it makes you want to because it seems like
Nothing
you.
would make me want to move to Europe. That
Yeah.
place is shit. There's
Yeah,
no air
I really
conditioning.
haven't been there as an adult, so that could just be wishful drinking. But
We're fucking
I'm
Americans,
the
man.
king of wishful.
I love most things about America, but I just don't. I mean, the trade off is also that it is easier than ever to like create stuff for cheap, and you don't have to be.
Yeah,
in a
nobody
city
would be
anymore.
hearing this right now if it was
That is
the
true.
times you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I guess the trade-off is that there's like we have more access, but it does seem
I
like
do feel like everything is shittier. I didn't realize enshittification was like the word of the year last year. So it's like it seems like a very common thing that people.
It does seem like in previous decades there was just more of like arts communities, and it seemed like there was something
even
was going
Blart's
on.
communities.
Do what?
Even like Blart's communities.
Even Blart's communities. It seems like I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but it does seem like in the past there was like something happening where it was just like there was more room or something that was allowing artists to flourish. Whereas like nowadays, I don't know what's going on now. But everybody
artists. It's literally just. I literally think it's because a lot of artists are priced out of major cities, which is like how they like used to like collaborate and work their way. Like how about all those like comics that like were like, yeah, I lived in Manhattan.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
I lived in Manhattan and I was a dishwasher, and after 2 or 3 years of hard work, I was passed the Comedy Cellar. It's like that. Can you imagine that happening to anyone now who wasn't like had some sort of connection?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. In the interest of honesty and fairness, I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. So
me neither. That's why that's why I'm asking though. I'm like, I don't.
Maybe it's always been difficult. It's probably always been difficult to be alive in any era, but
I guess that might be the truth.
You know what? Nowadays, I will say, like, as far as like now times, this probably is like in spite of everything, this probably is like the easiest time to be alive because like, everything, dude. Every time I watch anything from the past, even when it looks good, like if I watch like even like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I'm looking at old Hollywood in the '60s in that movie, I go, this looks awesome, but it probably fucking sucked. Like compared to now, like living in the past.
I think being a white man in the 60s was probably pretty.
Being a white man in the 60s is probably awesome, but just like living, like having the perspective of like what exists now,
right?
And then looking at the 60s, it's like this is very romantic and it's cool. It looks nice. I wouldn't fucking want to live in that shit. I don't want to fucking live in the 60s. Like,
no,
dude.
I hope behave. I think the only good decade was the 90s, honestly. That's probably the only time I would trade to like live and be in my prime.
Maybe.
It's definitely the best, but I feel like as far as like art goes, I feel like we've at least reached the time, at least for me personally, where like you can become, you can be exactly what you want to be, and there's an audience for it. You can have a certain type of humor or make a certain type of music. Whereas in the 90s, I would have had no choice but to make the type of hip hop people would have listened to in order for me to get to a certain level, which is still kind of true to a certain degree. I don't think I'm ever going to be as big as Kanye making the type of shit I make, unless I make the shit he made earlier. And then now we make the same type of music. But like,
yeah, you guys kind of like met in the middle.
Yeah, but it's like, I do think there's a lot less barrier of entry. And I do think
that's true.
Like sort of niche artists can find their niche easier. You're so much more able to find your audience nowadays.
That is true. Yeah, it's not. I guess it's not all bad. It's not like everything's getting shittier. It's just, I guess, trade-offs for sure. But I'm still
like, even if I would like, if it was the same as the 90s, like maybe I could have like as good of a following as I do now, but would it just be local? Would I have to move somewhere? Like I have the internet now. Like there's people in fucking Canada that listen to my shit, you know?
That's true. Like, yeah, I could probably have the same career just living at my dad's house.
I think it's worse for people who want to just have normal jobs and normal families, but for us, I think it's better than it's ever been.
I tell you what, like holding on to a job now is not only is it like a foolish notion. You shouldn't even want to do that anymore. It's also just like it's difficult. because I tried. I worked very hard, and I was actually applying myself and trying to be a good boy.
That's what sucks is when you try your best and they still fire you.
Try your
That's
fucking
That's
best.
happened to me at so many, at least a few jobs for sure.
Yeah, and I still got fired. And it's
one of which I was phoning it in at the end, but at Shudder I tried my fucking best.
I worked in phone sales, so I was always phoning it in on every call.
Kill phoning.
Kill phony. Kill
phoning.
Kill phoning. Dakota phoning. ET,
That's interesting. What about L phoning?
Dakota and L phoning.
Yeah.
See, if you guys were saying these kind of things back in the day when they had more resources for artists, I think they would have just been like, "You're not a part of this."
You know what? I feel like puns crushed in the Catskills era.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
I'm kind of I think I would have actually flourished in like the old timey time. I'm like what's the opposite of ahead of your time?
A butt of your time.
I'm a butt of my time.
Yeah.
You're an ass of your time.
I'm an ass of my time. Yeah,
you're
honestly,
an ass of your time.
You know what? That really does hit home. That's not right.
Me too, man. Like, yeah, it's all about. It's just it's also very humiliating, and degrading, demeaning, and dehumanizing and emasculating when your boss is a black woman. It's just like, come the fuck on, dude. I gotta answer to this.
It feels like you're part of like a reparations scheme.
Yeah, it's like I gotta fucking take orders from this bitch.
Right.
And
it's
she's
like,
the one that's
how do I tell her that is not my job? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They're the experts at it.
Yeah. Now she's the one that's telling me to fucking pound sand. And now I don't even do. They fucking logged me out of all my shit. So I don't even know how to get my pay stubs or even like make sure that they're gonna send me my last paycheck. I have to now like do what everyone has to do when they're frustrated with Comcast and call a phone number and just sit on hold for like an hour to try and like get a hold of.
They punish you one last time with being on the phone.
It's like I gotta fucking just sit on hold trying to get a hold of some fucking HR person who's probably in the Philippines to be like, hey, how the fuck do I get like all the shit I need for when I fill out this unemployment paperwork? Like I need my pay stubs. I need.
They make you listen to the automated shit. Then you have to talk to your replacement.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey man, how's it going? I just got this job today. I replaced some fat guy in parts unknown. So just
they tried to make me train my replacement. I was like, I'm out of here. Well, one time.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that. I even told my manager when they started like having us use this like new AI tool. I said, "Oh, so y'all got me training my replacement?" And she was like, "No, that's not going to be a thing for years." And I go, "Yeah, they're probably going to fucking use this to gut almost all of their phone sales departments."
And you know a lot about gut.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying. That's why
I know.
That's why I chose Arby's today instead of.
Hey, I got hit by crack earlier. I gotta put you down now to feel like a big man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the treadmill stream though.
Yeah,
that'd be huge.
But,
and Dalton, he did not say bread meal stream.
You know what though? I did
bread meal.
I did have.
He did not say that, Dalton. Please do not think that.
You know what though? I did have a successful day today, just like doing like a
DTD.
I had a successful DTD today, just doing like scalp trading on meme coins. Like I was in and out of like 5 trades, and altogether I made like $300. So nice. Like if I could just like do that every day, then I don't need a job.
Yeah. But is there a way that you don't make money from that and in fact you lose money?
Well, there's always risk, but
that's the problem.
Buy high, sell low.
Buy high, sell
That's a stressful life when your money's not guaranteed.
Trust me, crack dog, it's nowhere near as stressful as having to fucking put that headset.
Crack dog. Alone in the world's all crack dog.
Crack dog. It's not as stressful as working phone sales for Comcast. I guarantee you, just like playing around on my smartphone and like throwing $40 into something called Gay Man, and then turning that into $80 and selling it. is a lot less stressful than that, like the phone dinging and then I have to answer and it's like some indigent fucking black lady in Shreveport whose smoke alarm is chirping and she's chewing me out because she can't figure out how to fill out an application for subsidized internet.
By the way, if anybody wants to make Crack Dalt, and it's me and Dalton as Cat Dog, feel free.
Oh
to,
yeah, feel free to
that's
do
fine.
that. Yeah.
Crack Dalt, and then Robbie's there too, but as Peter.
I'm Peter. Yeah, or the mouse.
Oh yeah, Winslow.
Yeah, because my good Winslow.
Well, today I just played with some day trading. I do have long-term investments. I do have long-term investments that are going to be
Guys,
like
I don't mean to. I
big
do have to
money.
leave.
Jesus Christ, Robbie.
My grandma cooked dinner. She made meatballs for me.
Hey, Robbie, guess what? Now you're getting written up. And you
Oh,
might get
no.
promoted. You might get
Dude, I
promoted
have
to
like-
Patreon
I
subscriber.
have like 30 write-ups on this podcast.
You might get promoted to promoted to subscriber.
Promoted to patron.
promoted to patron. That is the worst. I hate that. Promoted to customer.
That was dude, that shit they said that they were saying that to me for fucking months where they were like, well, if your performance continues in the way the way it's going, there is a chance you could get promoted to customer. And I'm like, man, just say fired. Just say that I'm gonna get fired. Like saying some shit like that is so much worse. It's so much more demeaning.
Robbie, you can make up for it if you just stream in for like 5 minutes from dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Spaghetti
Let us
noodles
say
in
hello
your
to the
mouth.
family.
If you
Also,
guys are still going, I will do that.
bonus points if you bring PETA.
Oh,
Mhm.
Prater.
Do you have
No,
any
there's
puppets
just-
with you?
No, but hold up.
Do
I'm
you
at my
bring your
dad's-
puppets in like a guitar case when you travel?
No, I'm like Jeff Dunham. I will show you what my
People, some girl sees you, she's like, "Oh, what do you play, PETA?"
Prater. It's for a YouTube stream. It's like why do you need a suitcase for that? But there is Stewie.
Oh, nice. What the deuce?
This is
What
my
the
dad's.
deuce?
And then there's
I
this,
like the hat
there's
on his head. That's nice.
some more stuff my dad's got. And then there's Prater.
Oh, PETA.
There's
Oh.
you guys. Yeah, it's a lot of DVDs.
That's a good collection. A lot of DTDs.
A lot of DVDs. Yeah, I used to like collect DVDs when I was like in middle and high school.
I hope if they released a Mind of Mencia, you know how the seasons used to be like 4 discs?
Yeah,
I hope they call it like a DTD set.
that would be pretty great. I would
Instead of
enjoy that.
DVD.
And it should be a Blu-ray though.
He needed the money.
I needed the money. All right, guys, I gotta go.
Will you be a dinner correspondent?
I will try my best.
Okay, it's not happening. We'll see you,
All right,
Robbie.
We got some super chats.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Jerk Hag is $5. I'm fired too. On to bigger and better things, Dalton. Only way up is up. I don't want a day job. I want a peace of mind. Wake and bake and live.
Oh, and 5 pounds. By the way, Jerk Haggis, I was joking about all that British stuff. You one of the good ones. Oh, and we missed
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
Another-
It's Santa Cruz.
gifting out memberships. That's really the most charitable thing you can do.
Ride Ted
Just-
Cruz.
Yeah, that guy made a fucking ass of himself.
Man, you got to be really fucking. You got to be just like a complete fucking dunce to make Tucker Carlson look like the good guy.
He
Make Tucker Carlson look like a heroic genius.
he has continuously, since he's come on the scene, just looked like a complete jackass. At every fucking turn. I don't think there's been one time when people were like, "Oh, Ted Cruz was smart when he did that." Or that was-
I have no idea how he even like stays in any sort of like office. Like I don't understand. Does he get reelected? Like, how does that work? Because I've
don't
never heard
know.
of it. It doesn't seem like anybody likes him. Like he doesn't have any support from anybody.
Yeah, like even his guys.
Yeah, and he seems like a complete fucking like oaf. Like a
I think
doofus.
the like conservatives are like dinner for schmucking him. Where they like just bring him along and he's like their locale.
Maybe because for years now he's just like constantly made himself look like such an idiot, such a fat Mexican idiot or
A
whatever he is,
buffoon.
a white Latino. He makes me ashamed to be a white Latino.
Yeah.
$2, Sean from Pittsburgh. Shout out all the dogs. Thank you.
Bark, bark.
$20 from K Swindle. Give us free. Congrats on your personal Juneteenth, sweet Dalton. Yeah, man, it's nice. I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so that's pretty cool.
Thank you, Case Window. Big dono.
$9.99.
Keys in the chat for Case Window.
Show me the $9.99. Hail the BPN. Comcast can suck it. Go get them, Dalton. Thank you. I got a 12-hour suspension on Twitter last night because I tweeted at Comcast to suck my dick and my balls, and then I got put in Twitter jail for 12 hours.
The fuck?
Yeah, and it was immediate too. Like I typed it and hit post, and then immediately it popped up and said, "All right, your account's locked for 12 hours."
But I guarantee if you put a video of you sucking a guy's balls, that would be fine.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to do that soon. Like when the unemployment runs out, I'm gonna have to start posting me sucking a guy's balls.
That wouldn't be the worst thing.
$5 from Show Me the 1099s. Show me the 1099s. That's pretty cool. And then $10 from Case One. Dalton, did you hit your black lady boss with some Tyler Durden type shit where you beat yourself up in her office and now they have to pay you forever? No. She just called me into a Microsoft Teams meeting and I really had to restrain myself. Like I was like sitting there just like boiling fucking mad and was like getting just like angrier and angrier by the second as she was firing me. And I really had to stop myself from first off saying a bunch of racial slurs and then also threatening to kill myself in front of her. Those were like the first two things I thought of was I'm going to call her the N-word and then I'm going to threaten to kill myself. And I didn't do any of that. I just said, okay, well, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What resolve? Dalton is Tyler Burden.
Yeah, that's true.
JK, of course.
On myself and everyone who loves me.
It's weird when it's one-on-one because when you make a joke about somebody, there's nobody else to laugh. So it's just like, oh, okay. No, but I listened to your the first stream you did after the firing. And I found it funny because when I was listening to it, I was kind of, I guess, like thinking what my go-to would have been in that situation. And I didn't even go racist. So that's interesting that you went from like, I'm not going to say any racial slurs to just, I'm just going to say bye. Because mine would have been like a suck my fucking dick, bitch. Like,
oh yeah, I definitely,
like
when I play it back in my head, I just think of all the things I wish I had done. Like told her to suck my dick, told her to lick my balls, called her the N-word, threatened to kill myself. All the nasty things I wish I had said, but I just held my tongue and just like shut everything off and then scream the N-word. Just alone.
Yeah. Which is, I think that's above board.
I think, yeah, that's fair. I think that is
if you're within the walls
reasonable.
of a place that you paid for in this country, I think you can scream the N-word as long as your neighbors aren't black and they can hear it, you know?
Yeah. I'm within the walls of a Ku Klux Klan rally. So I can say as much as I want.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but I mean she was a big fat fucking bitch and she made it seem like I was going to be able to like work, finish up the month and then we'll see. Cuz I was really pushing and working really hard to get my numbers up and actually do a good job. But no, they just fired me anyway. So I was just like busting my ass for nothing at that point. It fucking sucked. Because it's also just like, but by the way, like that whole company is like just completely corroded top to bottom. It's a fucking dog shit, evil, fucking miserable company. And so like when you're on the sales team, each month they raise the fucking quota on you. So you can never like catch up. Like you can never like actually meet their expectations if you are struggling like I was. Like I would start working really hard and get my numbers up, but I was always falling like just like short, like 1% behind, where they went, well, you're off track, so that's another write up. So it was like I just couldn't. It didn't seem like there was any way for me to win, and it's also just like, you know what? And I guess the other thing is, I guess I'm not a good salesman because I have trouble selling shit that I think sucks. And so their big push at that company right now is that Xfinity Mobile, their cell phone service, and that shit is so fucking terrible. Like I wouldn't advise, like they pitch it as like you're gonna save a shitload of money on it. It's like, yeah, you will, and the reason why is because it fucking sucks. So you get what you pay for. Like, yeah, the fucking phone line is cheap because it sucks. You're gonna get shitty service. It's not gonna work in most places. And you're going to have awful dog shit, fucking terrible customer service if you ever need to call in for help with anything. So it's like, so I always felt bad trying to sell that to people because I knew I was selling them some fucking bullshit. I mean, I sold it. People would buy it from me every now and then, but I was always like, man, you're better off just paying more with AT&T than getting this shit because yeah, your bill with AT&T costs more, but it actually is a good service, relatively speaking. I mean, it all sucks, but this definitely sucks, like way worse.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the deck was stacked against you, and you know, like you've said before, like you were selling to people that weren't even voluntarily trying to buy anything, and you were dealing already with the pool that you had to sell to were people that don't have any money to buy shit.
Yeah, they had me in the fucking broke motherfucker department. So it was like they send out these like pamphlets to all these like Section 8 communities and shit that say they can get their fucking internet for like $15 a month. They have to apply for it. So it was just all these like mostly black families, like some fucking like angry, miserable black person who has.
So you're talking to the mother, I presume.
Yeah, usually it was just some like black mother who's got like all her kids, and each one's got a different baby daddy, and he ain't there. So like I pick up the phone, and the first thing I hear is just like a litter of black children screaming, and then her going, "Man, shut the fuck up! I'm on the phone with the Comcast," and then the smoke alarm chirps, and then she's like, "Yeah, how I get that free internet?" And I'd be like, "It ain't free. It's $15 a month, and you gotta." And I would always just be like, "Do you get Snap? Do you get like EBT or some shit?" And she'd be like, "Yeah." And I go, "All right, well, let me go over the application with you." And then I'll get in trouble because my boss would be like, "Why didn't you upsell her?" And I'm like, "Did that sound like somebody who has disposable income?" She can't even afford a fucking 9-volt battery.
Yeah, I think they probably just hire a bunch of people through the internet. There's like an endless sea of people that they can hire, and they just hire somebody long enough to like get them to commit to the job and then slowly beat them down until they quit, which you didn't, so they had to fire you.
But that was the thing is like, I guess I could feel it coming, but I had the resolve. I said, I ain't fucking quitting. I'm going to get that unemployment. Y'all going to have to fucking walk me through the door, which virtually, I suppose. But but it's like, no, I'm getting that fucking unemployment. I'm riding that shit. I'm milking that for at least 6 months, which I think is about how long it lasts. But yeah, so I did finally get fired. But yeah, I'll just fill out the paperwork for unemployment and then call them to get the subsidized internet.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. It is a fucking shit job. It was like, I guess I got a lot of sales experience doing it. I never want to fucking do any shit like that again. I never want to put myself through that. Like, and fortunately, no one's gonna have to, because everything is getting automated. Even phone sales and customer service and shit like that. Like all these companies are developing some, like, what they call conversational AI. So they're working on the technology of, like, when you talk to a robot now, you can tell it's a robot because it sounds like one, and it doesn't work that good. Like you have to follow these prompts and say like billing, and then you get frustrated eventually, and you just start pounding 0 and going, get agent. It's one of those. But they're trying to like, what they're trying to develop now is something that is a comprehensive program that can do any, like, has all the knowledge of everything in the company and can assist with anything, and sounds enough like a person that it can carry a conversation with other people. And then they're just going to fire their actual human sales force, their human workforce. So it's a fun, it's an exciting time for corporate interest and increasing, shareholder value.
Shit, maybe you could go fucking sell cars.
I ain't doing this shit, man.
That'd be way fucking. I mean, you'd have to go somewhere, but that'd probably be way more of an enjoyable experience.
I don't think I even need a job, dude. I got my streaming, I got my meme coins, I got unemployment benefits. I think everything's gonna land on my feet. And granted, they're bad feet. They're not good to land on, but it's the only feet I got.
Yeah, I truly think if you were able to pump out a lot of different things, like those reviews, like the titty reviews, but they don't even have to be titty reviews. Like, if you're not inspired to do that, you can do the new sodas. There's different things you can review. You can do like the Caucasian critic thing you were doing, dude. If you put a clip of you reacting to like King Von, and it was like a minute clip on TikTok, there's a good chance that fucking explodes.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I just need to go whole hog into streaming and internet content. I'm too smart, and I'm too good. I'm actually too good to work a job. I'm actually better than like most people, and I'm definitely too good to do the jobs that most people are doing. And I know, like, no one wants to hear that, but it is true. I am like better than that. Like, I know, like, a lot of folks have to go fill out an application, get a job. I am above that. So,
well, it's not just that you have the ability to be better than that. It's that you have a platform, you have an audience, you have 10,000 followers on Twitter, you have 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Like, you have things in place where you can throw out enough of these things that one might fucking catch and take you further.
Yeah.
You got to start thinking like, and without compromising your integrity and being like, oh, what's the shiniest, most colory thing that people are going to click on that compromises my morals and my humor? It's like, no, you got to use your gift, which I feel like by now, kind of what makes you funny specifically. And it's like, the way that you talk, the way that you can review something. So take that skill, and you need to start revolving your mind around, what can I put out that people will think is funny, that can give me a little more traction, and then you get a little more and a little more and a little more,
Yeah. Hold on. What does this guy say? Drew Kane, don't fucking come back then. Pound fucking sand, dipshit. We don't fucking need you.
What did Drew Kane say?
If we're bothering you, if you don't like this, and you think you're gonna come back and enjoy it, don't fucking come back. I don't want you in this audience. I don't fucking want you. I don't fucking need you. I'm better than you. I want you to fucking understand something. I'm not gonna beg any fucking one of you for anything. If you don't want to be here, don't fucking be here.
It is kind of funny, like, there are people in the chat going like, oh, is he talking about his job again? Like, we do this every day. It's like, Dalton just lost his job. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, this is kind of like the conversation, right? We talk about what's going on in our lives. If we were talking about this a year later still, you'd kind of have a point, but like, it just happened.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Dalton since he told me he lost his job.
I despise this fucking notion that anybody thinks that they're valuable to me. If you don't want to fucking be here, don't be here. Go watch one of the 1,000 other fucking dog shit podcasts you like. The Joe Rogan Experience or Tom Segura, Burt Cry, any one of these fucking goddamn shows. You don't have to fucking be here.
I totally agree, but also Drew Kane, you got to keep listening to my music for sure.
Listen to Craig's music. I don't fucking want anything to fucking do with you. And I mean that. I don't like you. I don't respect you. I find you are beneath me. And if like anything I ever talk about is something where your eyes glaze over and you want to walk away, don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out. I can't even talk now. I'm getting so flustered. Look, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Don't fucking come back. You're a limp dick fucking faggot, and I don't need you here.
It's so funny.
You take that to the bank.
It's so funny, your response. Like if somebody just came in, they're like, wow, what did somebody say? And it was just a guy that said, what is this, an inspirational business class? I'm out of here.
Yeah, Craig, ban him. Ban Drew Kane.
I'm not
banned.
ban him.
Put him in timeout.
But that dude, that makes you look weak if you ban him for that. Just let him fucking talk. Who cares? Right, he's in your chat right now. Do you realize that?
True. That is
he's
true.
in your chat.
We got him under the tent.
There's 87 people in here. He's
subscribe to Patreon.
And you're just saying you're better than him, you know? And it's true.
Yeah.
So be better than him. Fuck him, you know? But he should listen to my music. What happened to Dalton?
I'm here.
What happened?
I had to breathe. I'm okay.
Yeah, what if we're just mad at Drew Kane this time, but then maybe he comes back next time and he likes it and he tells somebody. He tells
maybe.
A friend, you know?
I don't want him here. I genuinely don't want him here. I don't like him. I don't really. There's like so many, you know. I would rather just have cool people who I respect, who I think are nice. I guess it is true. You'll get some people, some haters or whatever, but you know, this idea of like anybody thinks that I like value them as an audience member, that ain't true.
Well, the people that are mean to you
have to earn my fucking respect.
Yeah, like the people that are mean to you, you're saying though, not all of them.
No, I'm saying there's people here who are cool and they're chill, and I would consider them good, you know. And then, but then this, you know, there's like there's a lot of people who you know, when you see the way they want to interact with you, I go, yeah, it would be better if you just like went away. Like if you just left and went and like took your little fucking attitude elsewhere, you know. It's not like you know, it's like, well, are you gonna ever pay me for anything? No, well then bye, hit the fucking bricks, you know.
Dude, there's a better chance of him giving you money than somebody who's not in the stream right now because he's already here.
That is true.
Dude,
Drew, will you subscribe to Patreon?
Fucking idiots.
Drew,
so
why don't you go hit a super chat, Drew?
You can flip these fucking sheep's mind is a little fucking switch that it just takes the slightest little thing, you hit it, and they fucking love you forever.
Sheep, lambs to the slaughter.
Nah, you know, some of them are good, some of them are okay, some of them are mean sometimes, but it's like, you know, that's what comes with this, you know.
Yeah.
That's
and I give them what they want when I flip out like I just did. They want to.
You've been known to, you know, have your criticisms of people at times. You know, this guy, the guy has he's not fucking with the show today because we're talking about jobs. You know, it is what it is. There's a lot of people enjoying it. And if they won't, maybe they will next week.
We're here every week, dude. It's a mosaic. It's a collage. We're showing up every week and adding a new piece, a new little paper newspaper trimming to the paper mache, that sculpture that is this podcast.
Yeah,
so,
I was telling,
so to speak.
I was quote unquote podcast.
Craig, I know we have to look. We have to believe in it. We have to have faith. We have to believe in it.
I believe in the show.
Okay.
in the podcast.
Yeah, this live stream / podcast.
That's the thing. You don't even know what to call it because it's so many things at once.
It's because it's so new. We're revolutionizing content.
Now that you mention it, I do kind of think we are revolutionizing podcasts from within the arena of ideas.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. So, but what were we talking about?
Patreon.com / the Crowder Boys is where you can go to find all of the premium episodes and bonus content. There's this guy in the Patreon who has still subscribed, who is a little bit psycho, but I think overall has good intentions. Is a good guy who has been lighting my ass up about updating the audio feed. I do need to be doing that. If
I think
this used to
didn't
be a
Lily say she would do it
podcast-
for us?
Do what?
I think Lily said she would
Lily
do
said
it.
she would do it for us. To be honest with you, it's not that much work. It's just that, like, what ends up happening is we do the live stream, and then it takes like a day for it to be ready to like download and then convert to MP3. But then, like, as soon as I walk away from the computer, I just keep putting it off, and then we just keep doing the show. And then somebody bitches at me about it, and so I download a bunch of files all at once and convert them, and then dump them into the audio feed. And so it'll just be like 4 or 5 new episodes will pop up for anyone that's an audio listener. So I should be better about that. And so I will, make sure that if this is to exist as both a live stream and a podcast, I will maintain the podcast audio feed. Even though we are trying to get that Gen Alpha Zoomer money. We're trying to get them, those eyes on us, so they'll use their student loans to subscribe to our Patreons. And they all seem to be more into like live streaming, whereas like it's usually like millennials and Gen X and all like older people that want the podcast feed, like something they can download and listen to, when they're driving to their jobs that they hate, So, I'll make sure that I take care of everybody.
I don't want anybody listening to this show. I only want people watching. If you're listening, and first of all, also you're not allowed to listen in the car. You can't sit down either. You have to be standing up, staying still, and watching this podcast.
Yeah, we need you standing at attention.
There's no riding in the car. There's definitely no just listening and not watching. You got to stand up. Don't fucking move. If you have to go get a drink or something or use the bathroom, you pause. Then you come back, continue watching. That's the only way people can listen. If you're not doing this in the chat, it might be your time to go.
Mm-hmm. I like Bad Bart's idea, like with the way he does it, where he mutes it, he shuts the audio off and just watches the video feed.
I would respect you more if you did that than only listen.
But patreon.com / the Crowder Boys is where you, for as little as $5 a month, you get access to all the premium episodes and bonus content. But if you subscribe to the $10 a month tier and up, so the $10 a month tier and then the tiers above that as well, you get a shout out on the show. And we do shout outs every week for our loyal $10 a month subscribers and more. And so we'll start with one, as always, he's still on the $50 a month tier, our friend MC Downtrend. And then our $10 subscribers are Aaron Gutenplan, Bad Bart, Broke Degen, rest in peace, Broso Smith, Cummerstein, Drew Huntley, I Can Smell You, ... turn around, James Worrell, JCG, Johan, Lil Goblin Fella, Ray Mones, Robbie's Third Patreon, Scotty MTL, Shreddy Mercury, Tarvin, Trevin Baker, and Vincente Caprini, which I believe is also Broke Degen, rest in peace. And that is patreon.com / the Crowder Boys. And I think we're gonna head over to the Patreon now, aren't we? Oh, crack.
Yes.
We're gonna head over to the Patreon now.
Yeah, after we read some super chats here.
Oh yeah, we have some super chats. So I did the shout outs, and now we're gonna do some super chats.
Yeah, and by the way, I want to make an amendment. You can watch. You're allowed to move, but you have to be standing up. But you can run, but you have to be watching. So if anybody in the chat from now on, let us know how you're listening. You can be like, I'm watching this standing right now, and somebody else can be like, I'm watching this while I'm jogging. But let us know. It's important to us. Let's see. We got C Dumps with the $2. Thank you, C Dumps. William Almond. I'm in Tappahannock, Virginia right now. Yes, Chris Brown, Tappahannock. I ran into Kevin Hart at the courthouse here. Very confusing. There are 5,000 people in this whole town.
Wow.
What would Kevin Hart have been there for?
I don't know.
Sounds stressful, William.
Tappahannock?
Yeah, Tappahannock, Virginia. Home of Chris Brown.
Maybe cheap cigarettes?
Home of fake blood woman beaters.
Oh, by the way, I read that vapes have a lot of like lead and nickel and all that in them. So I gotta switch to something else. Does anybody know how I can get Chinese and Korean cigarettes?
Why those specifically?
Because they look the coolest. They look like really cool cigarettes, especially the Chinese.
What do they look like?
If anybody knows where I can find Chinese cigarettes, that'd be cool.
Are they like just half the size of normal cigarettes?
No, they're like the same size as cigarettes we have here, but they look Chinese. Like they got like fucking dragons and shit on them, and the way the way the butt looks is like they got like
It's squinty.
a blue yeah, it's sideways, and they got the wrapping looks cool. And I don't know if they're like any better or worse than the cigarettes we have here, but they definitely look cool. So if anybody knows where I can find where I can get Chinese and Korean cigarettes, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Dalton, did any of those black ladies call you Mr. Comcast? No, not really. No, they would just. I'm trying to remember if they called me anything. They just would be like. I mean, one time, like an old black man called me a honky. So I was like, that's the closest any of them ever got to like establishing some sort of familiarity with me.
You got unked.
Yeah, because like black people, for whatever, black people are so bad with like white people names. I guess like I feel like I don't have like that difficult a name to say, to pronounce, or to remember. But I mean, more often than not, they would call me Dolphin. They thought I was telling them my name is Dolphin, and I'd be like, "Have you ever met anyone named Dolphin?" Like, that doesn't even make any. Why would you think that that's what I said? Yeah, they'd be like, "Yeah, Mr. Dolphin, I got this. My cousin told me I can get free internet."
My name Dolphin Washington. This is my cousin, Alligator Spreewell.
Yeah, dude.
Dolphin would be a cool name, though. You should consider changing it.
I mean, yeah, if anybody wants to just start calling me Dolphin, that'd be cool.
You should change your name to Dolphin Do It. It's very positive.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I guess I am gonna like pivot and have like a whole new lease on life and become like a positive, like motivational kind of figure. Yeah, I'll be Dolphin Do It from now on.
We'll change the show to Dolphin and Friends. You're the star now.
Mm-hmm. Dolphin Prove It. That's good too, yeah.
Dolphin Prove It.
Dolphin Prove It.
Man, that's good.
Yep.
Let's see. Drew Kane, more like
Drew Lane. Yeah, that's very true.
Not a perfect rhyme, but it
works.
More like Drew and Nane.
Mm-hmm. Make America innate again.
Yeah. That should be Nate Bargatze's special name.
And C says, "Don't hit bricks." Oh yeah, no, I was telling that telling that guy to hit the bricks, but yeah, don't be, please don't be mean to Bricks. He's a friend of the show.
Damn.
Yep.
Robbie still hasn't hit us up from dinner. What do you think he's doing right now?
They're probably what is he again? He's some kind of Aladdin. He's like an Aladdin family. They're probably
Yeah,
eating like a bunch of rice with their hands, like sitting down on like some kind of tapestry with a big like silver dish in between them.
Yeah, he's from Pakistan, that guy, right?
Yeah, they're Pakistani or something. So they probably have like this big like silver like Arab pot kind of thing that has like a rim around it that they fill with rice and lamb and like yogurt. And then they're all just like digging their hands into this like a bowl of rice and lamb.
Yeah. They're probably about to play the world's most dangerous game.
Pictionary?
No, isn't that like a book or something?
The most dangerous. Yeah, it's also the plot of the movie The Pest, starring John Leguizamo and Jeffrey Jones. It's just where a guy wants to hunt a human being.
Yeah.
It's like, if you could survive, I'll give you like a bunch of money. So I guess they're playing that. Like his dad, because his dad has like Saudi oil money. Robbie's dad does.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna, as a family, they're gonna go do what?
Even though he's the white one.
Even though he's the white one. His white dad has all the Saudi Arabian oil money. His mom works at CVS.
It's an honest living.
They're all like, as a family, they're gonna go hunt a white teenager.
One can only hope.
Yeah.
No, that's not what Robbie wanted to hunt. He was telling us before the show started.
Mm-hmm. Robbie wanted Helen Hunt from Twister.
Robbie wanted to be smelling cunt.
Robbie
of your sister.
Yep.
Guys, this has been the free version of the show today.
We're gonna head over to the Patreon now.
Yep. Link in the description. Patreon.com/The Crowder Boys. You gotta join. That's where all the fun is happening. And we got a bunch of fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I'm warmed up now. Now I'm ready to actually do good. Do a good job. Patreon.
Absolutely. And everybody, if you haven't seen it, Kent Woods made a... Oh, yeah. Should we watch a couple minutes of that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Actually, let's watch it on the Patreon.
Okay.
So people want to see us react, they can come to
Patreon.com.
We'll watch a few minutes, but if you didn't see it, go check out the animation on the channel. It's called The Wendy's Fiasco. Kent Woods made it, and make sure you subscribe to Kent Woods. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. More music coming soon. And yeah, get over to the Patreon. We're heading over there right now. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Good night.